Welcome to Rent Post. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add multiple tenants within one single unit. Also, give you a couple options on how to organize and manage a multiple tenant within a single lease scenario. And if you haven't had a chance to watch the Add a Tenant video, I invite you to do that at any time. So, say for instance, you have a property, 7641 Jackie Road, which has a desired rent of $2,200 in the lease scenario, but we have 3 tenants. So, how are we going to receive this payment and hold all of the tenants within the same lease? Well, here's one option. Say, for instance, you're managing 7641 Jackie Road, and you have multiple tenants within this property. Here, you can see I've already entered in 3 tenants, Kim, Julie, and Sarah. They're each, as of now, set up for free rent. With each tenant I added, Kim, Julie, and Sarah, I selected all of them to have the same lease agreement because they're within the same unit. Now, what I would like to do is to be able to set it up so me as a property manager can receive payments and be able to keep everything within this unit. So, to do that, all we have to do is select a tenant. Here, we'll select Kim. Okay, we pull up her profile, we edit the tenant details, and we change the monthly rent amount to the total rent amount, which is $2,200. We'll update the tenant. Perfect. And now you can see that Kim's monthly rent has been updated to $2,200. And the other two still are allocated with free rent. Perfect. Once we have this set up, what this will allow us to do is to receive either multiple payments or one lump sum and be able to keep everything within one unit. So, to enter in payments, we'll select here, enter in the checks or cash or however many different payments we receive in the amounts, and hopefully all of the payments will add up to $2,200. Now, there are some great advantages of adding multiple tenants within one unit in this fashion. First off, each tenant gets their individual profile, allowing each tenant online access. So, we'll select Kim, and each tenant can go online and they can see if their roommates have paid or not. They can communicate with work orders. Also, just keep details on the rental property itself. So this is a great way to communicate and everyone can stay on the same page. Now, say for instance, they added another roommate a little bit later on in time. We can add another roommate really easy. So click here, the tenant guy, and enter in all the tenant information as you did prior to. Pretty simple. Okay, now for the same scenario, there's another way which we can create a possibility of having multiple tenants within one unit. Okay, another option is to add a tenant, and what we'll do here is we'll enter in each individual tenant's information in one tenant field and separating the tenant with commas. So we have James T, Jim K, and Frank G. We'll enter in all the other information, such as the email address, the phone number, and the monthly rent amount. Now, there are some downfalls, and there may be not as many advantages to creating the account in this way. One downfall is each tenant doesn't have their own account, preventing online access for each tenant. But inevitably, this completely works. Now you can see that there's $4,000 due. That's because we entered in a security deposit. Now, when we receive payments, we can enter them here as usual, each check amount, security deposit, etc. And we have all the information for all the tenants within this one unit. We can also select the name, and we can see all of the tenant details, their names, the contact number, and the term agreements. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me in this video today. on how we can create and organize multiple tenants within a single lease scenario. And please join me again for another video.